You've been working on creating content through video for a while now, and you're thinking about leveling up that video game and starting to use YouTube as a platform to influence more of the type of client that you would like to see come through your doors. That is the right track, and I'm super excited for you and the things that you're doing. And so that's what this marketing tip is all about. Now, there's a lot of details, there's a lot of nuts and bolts that come with creating a YouTube channel, and you'll find all of that here. That's part of the purpose. The main purpose of this marketing tip is to make sure that you have all the details you need to get things started. But before we talk about some of those details, I want to just do a quick mention and reminder of why you would even choose to use YouTube in the first place. So one of the reasons is that there are very few accountants that are using YouTube right now. Same goes for TikTok or any of the other video platforms. TikTok, if you're looking to be a little bit more creative in your video endeavors, there's just not a lot of people using it. And quite frankly, most of them are not using it to its full potential. So you have there's a real high demand and low supply there that you could capitalize on. And just even thinking about, I have a client who has been using YouTube for quite a while now, and they have moved from September of last year till May of 2021. They have increased March of 2021, they increased their subscribership from, 163 to 756. And I think even now today in April, that number has gone way up. So there's definitely some potential there, and they're just seeing loads of traffic to their website from those YouTube videos. And there's just really a lot of opportunity that many accountants could take advantage of and just have chosen not to for whatever reason. So one thing I want to mention too before we talk a little bit more about the details is that creating video content and starting a YouTube channel and doing all of those things is only going to be something that's beneficial to you if you're creating the content that your ideal client is looking for. You're answering the questions that the people are asking. That's the only way that it's going to work, and it's the only way you're going to see traction is if people are asking the questions and they're looking for the answers. So let's just talk a little bit about some of the details. Again, all of this in screenshots and everything is in the blog here, so you can go ahead and take a look at that and see what the step-by-steps are. So I'm just going to cover the high points. When you're thinking about creating and filming that content, consider what your audience wants to know in the first 5, 10, and 15 seconds of that video. What's the clutch? What's that hook that's going to get them to watch all the way to the end of the video? So instead of saying, hi, my name's Tanya and I'm from Wizarding Accountants and I was thinking that I should record a video. That's too much. Cut out all of the fluff and just get straight to what you were saying. So just say something like if you were talking about cash flow, just say something like, hey, you either have a ton of cash in the bank or you have none. And that's a really hard way to run a business. Just jump right into it instead of waffling around in the beginning. The second thing you can do when you're thinking about filming and creating that content is write yourself an outline. I'm looking off of my outline as I'm even recording this video right now. So it just gives you some main points that you're going to cover in your video, helps you kind of stay on track, and then you can rehearse it a couple times or even video yourself a couple times practicing it so that you kind of know what you're going to say. And as you can see, even as I'm reading off of my sheet, I'm just glancing over every now and then. You'll probably see that in any of the videos that we have. Most of the team typically has notes that they're using along the side or in front of them or whatever that looks like. And that's just to keep us on track, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. So deciding after you have kind of nailed down what your core point is and then put your outline together, then you're deciding what is the call to action at the end of the video. What do you want them to do at the end of your video? Is it to go to your website? Is it to read a blog article? Is it to download a guide? Whatever that thing is, keep that in mind as you're recording your video. And again, when you're thinking about putting it on YouTube, you're looking to get more subscribers. So typically we'll tell our clients to just record an ending of a video, an ending that you can edit on to the rest of all of your videos, just mentioning like, hey, Thanks so much for watching this video. We'd love if you could hit that subscribe button. That'll help us create more content for you on a regular basis. Just so you're always giving them that standard call to action along with the thing that you're asking them to do. So once you've done those things, you can get ready to film. So a couple things you want to keep in mind are your lighting and your audio. And there's a link here to another blog that we've created that has some really fantastic tutorials on how to make sure that you are using your lighting and audio properly. If you have any type of a smartphone, you probably have all of the video that you could possibly need. That's what I'm using to record my video right now. Most of the team uses that or a simple webcam that they have connected to their computer. One thing I want you to think about also when you're recording your video is that it takes a really, really long time to get good at video, like a long time. So just get it in your head that the first 100 videos that you create, they're not going to be that great. It's just the way it goes. Even the people who are absolutely the very best on video, their first 100 videos, they're never going to be as good as the ones that they create in the future. It's just a learning curve. It's how you learn. It's how you get better at video. So at this point, you might be thinking, okay, I'm done. I don't even want to start. But if you can just stick with me here, creating those videos, like I said in the beginning, you're just setting a higher bar for the other accountants out there. People who are not creating video, and there's so much potential to be using it in a way that really interacts and gives that human side to your accounting firm. Remember, you're your own worst critic. We experience this a lot in our firm when we're recording videos, and we'll play it back and we're like, oh man, my eye was twitching, or oh, I wiggle my hands too much, or whatever it is. You're always your own worst critic, and 9 times out of 10, whatever you see, most other people are not going to see, or they're not going to think it's as bad as you think it is. If you want to get some more confidence in your video training, we're often running video breakthroughs, and you can access those by joining the PF Lab. Go to the PF website, wearepf.com, and click on that lab button, and it will take you to where you can sign up to get more training on those. So once you record your video content, you want to just do some basic editing. Chopping off that beginning part where you're sitting like this, waiting for it to video. Chop that off until you're starting, and then the ending where you're kind of going in like that and pushing the button at the end. You can just cut those off, and then you can upload it to YouTube. And getting just a couple more things that you can do when you're uploading it to YouTube to give it that maximum traction, that maximum SEO. So creating engaging titles to get more traffic. So here's an example of what this is. So a base title might be cash flow and your business. A more engaging title might be 3 ways to improve your cash flow. Use of numbers there. And then even if you say 3 ways to improve cash flow and then parentheses in your small business, it kind of gives that feel of where people are searching, what they're searching for. Next, using descriptions with keywords. So for this example, cash flow and small business would be your keywords. So putting those in the description, and there's some differing opinions on how long your description should be. Typically, I like to say, some people say 200 words, some people say 800. I like to err on the side of less while keeping in mind your target audience or your ideal client. If they're in the tech industry, they probably want it fast. So err on the side of less information, but getting those keywords in there. If maybe they're a doctor or lawyer, someone who's used to reading more of that long form content, then put that longer form in there. Other things you can add to your description are calls to action, links to resources that might be helpful, links to any other videos that you have as well. Make sure you're keeping that description conversational too. Still has that human element, sounds like your video sounds. Designing custom thumbnails is another great way to make your YouTube channel look more like you. You can use Canva to do something like that. You can hire PF to do something like that, just to make those stand out as well. And the final thing is to use some tags. And again, those tags are going to be related to your keywords. So in the example we were talking about, your tags will be your keywords. So cash flow and business, then you can use things that are related to that as well. So small business, cash, accounting, things like that. There's a lot more we could cover, but I'm running out of time in my video here. So go ahead and read through the blog and let us know what questions you have. Have a great day.